There is a very thin line between greed and ambition. With positive desire and determination, ambition can take you to the sky height of business success. But the greed to dominate the market can drown you to the trenches of deep oceans. That is what seems to have happened with BYJU's, an Indian multinational educational technology company. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Apurva, and if you're watching us on Facebook, give our page a like. And if you're watching us on YouTube, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Coming back to the story, in this video, I'm here to tell you why BYJU's is going bankrupt financially as well as morally. In greed to become the biggest edutech company in the world, BYJU's acquired dozens of companies during COVID and post-COVID times. They anticipated that due to the complete lockdown and online education programs, the education market will now completely shift to virtual mode. The early forecast of the company's strategists proved to be wrong after the ease of lockdown restrictions. As the pandemic wave eased, almost every business returned back to the normal offline mode, and same happened with the education sector. Consequently, the money dried up in buyouts and the shift of business to offline mode limited the company's resource of revenue. The situation has become so critical that BYJU's is now struggling to fulfill its payment promises and in an effort to increase sales, it is fooling poor Indians. Reports suggest that BYJU's management has resorted to fraud in an effort to sell its online educational products. First, they target the lower and middle class parents who would do anything to make lives of their children better. The salesman of the company lures parents with a dreamy future for their children and make them ready for the loan process. Poor and illiterate parents, unaware of the EMIs and interest processes, agree to take loans. As they realize the recurring cost of the purchase, the damage has already been done. They block the parents' number and move on to the next target. This online Ponzi scheme has destroyed many poor families. In love for their children, they get entangled in costly BYJU's courses and find themselves in deep debt. Once the flag bearer of Indian startups, how BYJU's reached such a glaring situation. Before the pandemic, the company was steadily moving towards the success of new heights, but greed to monopolize the edutech market of the world ended up as a disaster. During the pandemic times, they acquired dozens of companies like White Hat Junior, Lab and App, Scholar, Have Learned, Akash Institute, Great Learning, Grade Up, US-based Tinker, and Australia-based GeoGebra. In a zeal to dominate, although they acquired the company, but now they do not have the money for payment of these costly buyouts. BYJU's made a deal to buy Akash Educational Services Limited at $950 million in cash and stock payments. The deal is said to be one of the largest buyouts by any startup. But the unicorn edutech company constantly defaulted on its promised payments and now has increased its payment timeline to September. Moreover, BYJU's has still not filed the mandated financial statements and annual returns for the financial year 2021-22. The Companies Act 2013 requires every company to conduct an audit of its financial accounts and submit it to the respective office. According to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the filing should not be delayed for more than 7 months. Any delays are considered delays in finalizing accounts and getting them audited. And investments in startup are decreasing. Companies are finding it very difficult to manage their initial extravagant spending. Similarly, the initial spending of BYJU's has already dried their revenues. The lower subscriber base further aggravated the financial conditions. In an effort to gain market share, they resorted to unethical selling practices and started to loot poor people. They are yet to declare bankruptcy, but morally, they are already in complete bankruptcy.